Cheap Seats. Listen to this rocking song. It's 27 seconds long. This is our new Cheap Seats theme. Season 4, we have a dream to teach the children how to laugh with the help of our great staff. Going farther than Ron Parker. Comedy was never darker. This ain't no time to be a slouch. Join the boys here on the couch. They'll take you on a nasty ride in the vault of U.S. pride. Cheap Seats, doing it. USA, America.
Hey everybody, welcome to Cheap Seats, the only sports show on TV using Doppler radar. We should also note that we are the only sports show on TV featuring hourly traffic updates from our Cheap Seats chopper, the Cheaper 2000.
Cheaper 2000, the Cheap Seats chopper. The pilot's name is Steve. He got his flying license just a year ago, and he named his chopper Steve. And he does a pretty good job for not flying as much as other pilots. He's the Cheaper 2000, Cheaper 2000.
We've also become the only sports show on TV to bring you entertainment news on the twos.
News on the twos, yeah, news on the twos. Here we go again, news on the twos. Get down on news on the twos. Ain't joshing your news on the twos. Step down, news on the twos. News on the twos.
Still think we should shorten those jingles. Me too. But first, we bring you the World's Strongest Man competition from 1985, and here's what we want you to look for.
Here's what to look for. Here's what to look for.
Check out how the United States tries to pass off fat men as strong men. Not since the Coney Island hot dog eating contest has the U.S. so successfully duped the world with its fat equals proficient scam. You're also going to want to keep an eye out for John Paul Sigmarsson and his insatiable need to be on the screen at all times. He's like an Icelandic Omarosa, only less masculine and more talented. All right, ladies, check your attitudes and your hernias at the door. We're finna go to Portugal to find out who's the world's strongest man in 1985. Floor wax looking buff. Rising. Music would be good. Or just the sound of men grunting. Coming up on The Biggest Loser. Yaz coming downstairs from Eric's to do the theme song.
For 8 special men, the destination is Portugal. From the United States, Rick...
He looks like the fridge, if the fridge swallowed Mike Singletary.
Powerlifter Jean-Pierre Broulois, France represented for the first time by a man who trains in Belgium.
Wait, does he mean that France is represented for the first time, or is it the first time they're represented by a man who trains in Belgium? Either way, after the competition, he'll probably be in the parking lot lighting cars on fire.
The Englishman, Jeff Case.
Strong Kenny Loggins. I love how the guy with hardly any facial hair is nicknamed Grizzly, while Capes goes without a moniker.
Who gave up pumping opponents to pump iron.
Pumping opponents? Well, that explains the mustache.
The world super heavyweight powerlifting champion.
Oof, Kent Herbeck has really let himself go.
Holder from Iceland, John Paul Sigmarsson.
We should call him Pope John Paul.
Last year. This mini version of a castle is at the
It's a starter castle, if you will. Ah, Portugal's famed Venetian Quarter.
And this is the first event.
That is one tight dress shirt. Who makes it? Under Armour? We must protect this mini castle!
Multiple beaches in the whole of Europe. Unfortunately for the competitors, they don't have much time to admire the scenery. They're about to try and haul a truck like this.
We know what trucks look like, Archie.
Almost. And they're going to go down this course of 30 meters. And
what is that in yards? I don't know, 200?
Seconds. The fastest gets the most points.
How cool would it be if one of those trucks was Optimus Prime?
Decidedly in overdrive.
Well, there's 3,000 pounds at stake.
3,000 pounds of what? Steak? That should feed this guy for what? Long weekend?
In a mood you might describe as...
If Jeff Cape's beard fought Archie McPherson's eyebrows, who do you think would win? The entire human race. You think gas prices are bad here? This is how they commute in Europe.
Look at that nose, down like a bloodhound on a hunt.
The hunt for cheeseburgers.
Oh, Grizzly, by contrast, looks as if he's struck...
Is he drunk? Well, Bodie Miller is his life coach.
That's an astonishing performance by Capes.
He's a shoo-in for an ESPY. Truck's still coming. Look out!
Way out in front. Well, in spite of having a 3-stone advantage...
I'm starting to think that this guy falls on the fat side of strong.
California simply cannot generate the pace. And is he glad that's over?
What,
Now the
his
champion,
life?
The man with a built-in megaphone, John Paul Sigmarsson.
Of Iceland!
Oh, Icelandic floor wax, you do know how to get the crowd going. Morty Seinfeld?
Some very brave person in the crowd has actually called him an Eskimo.
Trash talking from the crowd? What is this, a Scrabble tournament?
He should win 100% of the time. He gave himself a 25% chance to lose.
Oh, Scrabble snap!
I think Matoki was his only way to lose.
I'm not an Eskimo! I'm a Viking!
Aren't Vikings from Norway?
If he'd engaged in something else, you might have put the record straight another way. But to the matter in hand, a small matter of 495 kilos.
Do you think this event is sponsored by Cracker Barrel? Should be.
Or the definitive look of triumph on
Who's
that
the Eskimo now?
successful.
Yay, steroids! Please get us out of Portugal.
George Hector from Maryland.
3 words, laser hair removal. The U.S. seems convinced that they can pass off fat men as strong men.
Might stiffen the sinews. The target?
One time, a woman snuck into George Hector's bed and shaved his shoulders. The next day, he couldn't lift anything. Not even a finger? Not even a finger, Jason. Not even a finger.
He accomplished that without any real distress.
Except for a raging thyroid.
What a great
Go get him,
incentive about
Eskimo.
the Icelander. He did badly in the
Jerry,
tough
give him
throws,
back
but
the
now stands
space
a chance
pen.
of scoring maximum points if he gets 555 kilos.
Gonna eat you!
Not if I eat you first. And no. Looks like the eater has become the eaten. Well, he'll get it this time. And no. Well, he should take this well. Okay,
First aid for the podcast.
good move.
And
You sure
second,
taught that barrel to be heavy.
Paul Sigmarsson.
Okay, as soon as Sigmarsson's head hit the barrel, one word jumped into my mind. Advil? No, dude, breakdown. That's 2 words. I hate you so much right now.
All right, thanks, guys. Now, the trouble for John Paul, a.k.a. the Strong Pope, started way before the lift. It started when he got heckled from the crowd. Someone calls him an Eskimo, a great zinger by an unknown provocateur.
I'm not an Eskimo! I'm a Viking!
Once John Paul answers the guy, he's already out of his head. He even calls himself a Viking, which is also incorrect since John Paul is from Iceland, and we all know Vikings are from Minnesota. The whole thing reminded me of Gus Frerott's infamous headbutt into the wall, except that Frerotte was celebrating a touchdown, not the embarrassment of failing twice in front of one of the Portuguese faithful. Look, I'm not against the headbutt as a form of expression. I just think that in order to be truly satisfied after that performance, John Paul should have headbutted the guy who called him an Eskimo.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Cheap Seats, where today we're watching the 1985 World's Strongest Man competition. Like the NFL spawned the XFL, and Three's Company did Three's a Crowd. The World's Strongest Man gave birth to many spin-offs. And we'd be nothing but a pair of fools if we didn't show you the promo from one of them premiering this fall. Check it out.
From the creators of the World's Strongest Man, Man vs. Animal, and the Facts of Life, comes a new competition. A competition of correctness, or should we say, incorrectness.
The capital of the United States is the Bonfire of the Vanities. That is wrong.
The World's Wrongest Man. We'll show you all of the heart-stopping action as these men compete to see how many dumb mistakes they can make.
I've always been wrong for as long as I can remember, my entire life. Wait, actually, I was right twice in the 8th grade, which proves my point about being wrong all the time. Right?
The key is stay out of the moment, always try to stay in your head, and come from a place of fear. 6 plus 4.
6 plus 4 is 64.
Wrong.
Yes!
The World's Wrongest Man, coming to the world's #1 sports network,
The Bonfire of the Vanities?
ESPN Classic.
Yes!
All the world's a stage to John Paul. You get the impression that if he didn't have an audience, he'd rather play chess.
Yes, because the guy who headbutts a barrel clearly has a brain for games of strategy and intellect. Who's that guy? I think it's the old man from The Old Man in the Sea. Man, is he old.
It's a firm, steady, remorseless pull.
His shorts are riding higher than Ricky Williams and Damon Stoudemire on a tandem bike. In Kathmandu. Folks.
But now, straining at it.
Come on, they totally stole this from Lost. I know, I think Walt's in the boat.
Coming up to the finish, it's 20.1, and that puts him well in the lead.
Where's his underarm hair? In his mullet.
Triumphant shout that the crowd are now accustomed to. It's time for a lap of honor.
Is flexing really necessary? It would be like Sean Alexander celebrating a rushing touchdown by running 100 yards.
He's satisfied with that. And now for the contrast.
Wow, Portuguese Fred Couples is not happy with the showboating.
Of England.
Strong Loggins rocking the T-shirt under the singlet. How very Patrick Ewing of him.
Of his rivals over the years, so that 16.5.
You think these guys ever get tired of being so strong? Yeah, like someone could open a jar of pickles for them once in a while.
And at the moment, he's making that rope look like a piece of string and the boat like a toy.
And those shorts like a loincloth.
Approaching a very fast time, yes. Phenomenal, 19.9.
Why is this event making me want to rent the movie Boat Trip? Oh, right.
I think he's really.
There are so many consonants on the screen right now.
Now, this is the event which Jeff Capes fears more than any.
The cholesterol test.
Injury has weakened his capacity to keep his left arm horizontal.
Archie's an expert commentator. He's clearly done his research, and we have to trust him when he says that Jeff's left arm is his weak spot. So pay attention to Jeff's left arm. If his left arm can hold up, he's going to win this thing. This entire competition is hanging on the strength of Jeff's left arm.
The right one.
Oh, God. The right arm went first. Nice work, Arch.
Doesn't like that time at all.
Isn't having an Englishman lift mini Liberty Bells kind of patronizing anyway? Yeah, we don't make Malaysian kids lift mini shoes. Was this event filmed in one of Saddam's palaces?
The competition, the gentle giant. Grizzly's been privately upset that he hasn't really given a true account of himself.
And publicly upset that Fox canceled Arrested Development.
Anything might be possible for him.
Those tan lines are not going to look good at the prom.
The arms are holding fast. But he's now calling on reserves of will.
Actually, I speak Grizzly. What he said was, your country's very lovely, your people very friendly. But seriously, could somebody please take these bells out of my hands? It feels like someone's lighting my collarbones on fire.
And I think he's staying long enough to win. Yes. 60.
Get this man some food. Get this man some food now.
Oh, they love him.
Wow. Grizzly was fired up after he took that event. Yeah, but I feel like it was the appropriate amount of fired up after holding heavy mini Liberty Bells out from his body for a long period of time. Agreed. And just like Grizzly, we think you'll get fired up appropriately when watching yet another spawn of the world's strongest man. Check out this promo.
From the intern who worked on World's Strongest Man, World's Wrongest Man, and The Facts of Life comes a new show. The World's Longest Man. You'll see Southwest Region Champ Don Offerman.
When I scream, I actually get longer.
Fan favorite Cal Rubber Sanchez.
I used to smoke Parliaments. I just switched to Eve 120s because they're longer.
And of course, Big Sal Trulio.
Apparently I'm short, but they call me big because, you know, it's ironic. It's like calling a ugly guy handsome or a fat guy handsome.
The World's Longest Man, coming to ESPN Classic. How long can you take it?
John Paul Sigmarsson, a.k.a. the Strong Pope, has been hogging camera time more than Melissa Rivers on the 1999 E! Corporate Christmas video. And like Melissa, he doesn't care how bad that looks, which, of course, raises the inevitable question.
Just the facts. Do you care?
Do you care that John Paul Sigmarsson won the World's Strongest Man title 4 times and the World Muscle Power Championship 5 times? Do you care that John Paul Sigmarsson was often quoted saying, there is no point in being alive if you cannot do the deadlift? Do you care that John Paul Sigmarsson died at the age of 32 while performing a deadlift? Wow. See, now that is what Alanis Morissette's song should have been about, don't you think? I do. Let's get back to some more big dudes, and by big, I mean fat. Say hello to your new Mario for Peter Jackson's Donkey Kong.
Come on, George! Let's go, big guy!
Okay, what's he doing? I've seen better strategy in Iraq. And can we get an extremely disorienting wide shot? Muito obrigado.
I'm beginning to think even a forklift truck would beat a retreat from this.
Is he implying that a forklift is smarter than Hector? USA! USA!
No disgrace in that. It was the shape that beat him.
Isn't that even more disgraceful, to be beaten by a shape? Lech Walesa enjoying the competition? Spotter's doing a bang-up job. Who's chanting Iceland? Spotters.
He's rolling off at a bit.
How sweet would it be if he just turned to his left and chucked that thing into the crowd?
To have mastered that wide
All right, I guess I can help out.
Now, can he make the stretch and hold the balance all in the one?
Headbutt it. Headbutt it.
What you're now about to see in this tiny little part of Portugal is a very old Scottish sport.
Called hide the haggis.
Who's the referee for the events is going to demonstrate it with me now.
If we don't show his face, we don't have to pay him, right?
In which in the winter, the farmers would sit like that and test each other's strength.
Is that what they're calling it?
Pull the other from his seat just like that. David, of course, isn't trying. How could he against me?
Shut up, old man.
It's the only event in which they are in direct contact with one another.
Well, that and the semi-formal dance tonight.
You win, you buy my boy a shirt. I win, I buy your boy.
What? Is Grizzly talking about child trafficking? I thought Mira Sorvino went undercover to stop that. Let the child trade begin.
Grizzly's case, 26 stone of it will play a big part in this contest. But that's...
Brokeback moment. We get it, John Paul. You're strong.
After all, it isn't every day you get one over on John Paul and get away with it.
What about the guy who called him an Eskimo? He got away with it, didn't he?
That pair of
They're like a vaudeville team, Cocky and the Fat Man.
Taking up position, Hector and Broulois.
Oh, this is that French guy who trains in Belgium and dreams in Spanish.
And very
Logo promo.
Although he doesn't like the three-point landing.
Actually, it was a one-point landing, and the point was his groin. Boo.
Not like John Paul.
Oh, John Paul, he should be sportsmanlike here.
Opportunity to get third place. Which he does.
And suddenly it became the Rosie
To
Cruise.
be costly for the Dutchman. The final. California.
Grizzly versus hairy guy who should be called Grizzly.
Three pools.
Fumble!
Whipping the bar away so quickly, Grizzly doesn't know what happened
Capes
to him.
just had 3 very small heart attacks. Make that 4.
Well, Grizzly does have another chance, and...
Look at me, look at me! Putts. Blue blockers doing a lot. Capes is going to destroy this guy. I know, it's like taking toffee from a child.
That was simple like taking toffee off a child.
That's what I said, tight-shirted word thief. If there's a lamer version of Tug of War out there, I'd like to see it. I know, and the whole cultural backstory explanation only served to make the build-up bigger and the event more disappointing. It was like Super Bowl XL with better officiating. More cheap seats after this. You know, I blame Jeremy Stevens. Really? For that Tug of War. No. Yeah, Joey Porter told me to.
From some guy who watched World's Longest Man and correctly assumed that anybody could come up with an idea for a TV show, comes an even more specific competition. The World's Strongest Dan.
Who wants some of this, huh? You like that? 19, 20, yeah! You can't handle this, Dan!
Finally, a competition that gets back to the root of all these competitions. Strength.
No, my name isn't officially Dan. It's David Allen Nathanson. But the initials are Dan. Excuse me? What? That's what I thought.
The World's Strongest Dan.
Yeah, that's right.
Because everything should be on TV.
We'd be dealing with athletes who are obviously...
That better be a medicinal lobster pot.
Spend a great deal of their time devoted to ensuring that the body fitness is almost perfection.
Especially Grizzly.
Highly competitive, we've seen that. But what has shone through as warmly as this Portuguese sun?
If it's so warm, how come you're wearing a sweater and long pants? He looks ready for a hayride.
Between such a tightly knit bunch of athletes ever before.
5-0, dude. Hide the lobster
But
pot.
no cooperation on this next event, the lobster pot race.
Lobster sold
Weighing
separately.
25 kilograms, packed with stones, and what the athletes call, affectionately, the killer event.
And what they call inaffectionately that f***ing lobster pot race.
From the boat to the lorry 30 meters away with 10 pots. You will observe that Grizzly has turned tourist.
No, I'm pretty sure that's Grizzly running.
The man has decided he's enjoying life far too much to try to drag any more speed out of that 26.5-stone torso.
Riggs, I'm getting too old for this.
Keep Tom McGee company and let the crowd see how stylish Californians enjoy a
All right, folks, gate 42. Here's your luggage.
All that suggests that unless Kate performs tragically, he'll win the title.
Tragically, they're carrying lobster pots. This isn't Macbeth.
John Paul himself is prepared.
The suspense is killing me.
Buff floor wax versus strong Loggins.
Gentlemen, grab your lobster pots.
Outside the title itself.
Excuse me, pardon me, coming through, excuse me, making my way up the hill, please, pardon me.
The Englishman will never forget how he lost this title and how some people automatically assumed he might be over the hill.
His gut is certainly over his belt.
And he's out now to prove it, not only to others, but even perhaps...
Let's smoke this lobster pot race. Here's your stupid lobster pots, lady.
Thanks.
The frame remains upright.
Should capes be that tired running down the hill? With no lobster pots?
The last 2 pots for the Icelander.
Short shorts, long socks.
Final surge. And it's all over in...
Well, he should celebrate his win humbly.
Seconds time.
And perfect. Way to go, Eskimo.
Cascais might even ask him back as a tourist attraction.
We're 2 steps ahead of you, dude.
Up for these last 2 pots.
Why is Cape still trying? That's like the 49ers running a hurry-up offense in December.
1 minute 50.
You know what I'd like to see?
Another hug.
Second
Now headbutt him in the bad arm.
is again the one he nearly loaned out for the year to the man.
That's the bad arm. Bad arm, bad arm. Ah, ha, ha.
The late afternoon light is conveniently golden as Mr. Chu Geisen.
Is that a collection plate? Yeah, they're running a little low on prize money this year.
The king and his courtiers...
He's done it. Down goes the Eskimo. Down goes the Eskimo.
When you're the world's strongest man,
Sweet hubcap.
easily.
Well, there you have it, the conclusion of the 1985 World's Strongest Man competition. I gotta be honest, I'm a little disappointed. Why? Because Sigmarsson didn't headbutt Cape's championship hubcap when he lost? No, because Jeff Capes, the world's strongest man from 1985, still doesn't have a nickname. We called him Strong Loggins. That was just a placeholder. What about Strong Messina? I love it. It's perfect. Now I'm going to change it. It needs to have a grizzly reference in it. That's why from this day forward, he shall be known as the Grizzard of Oz. Yes, and his slogan will be, nobody beats the Grizz. I love it. You know what my slogan is? No. It's cheapy time. Okay. Cheapy for best shirk. I'm gonna go with the spotters in the barrel lifting event. I've seen a better work ethic in the parking lot of a Fish concert. I'm gonna give my cheapy for best shirt to Archie McPherson. Wait a second, I said shirk, not shirt. Archie's shirt was fashionable but horribly ill-fitting. Clearly the wardrobe department shirked their responsibility of making him look good on camera. Good use of the shirt, thank you. Well, that does it for the World's Strongest Man 1985. We'll see you next time on Cheap Seats. See, now that's where we could use some longer jingle music. You know what? It's fine. Let's just keep fake talking.